we have a new post about the next expansion, Janthir Wilds, speaking of the two first maps, how one of them will not actually have a meta on it, and also about the new mount, the Warclaw, and all the changes that are gonna come down on it. Subscribe to the channel for more content of this, go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support me, and let's get into it. So, here is the post. We're gonna go through all of it, and then we're gonna get into the big important points. I'll give some timestamps in the, down below so we can talk about, and you can skip for whatever you are interested in. Last week, we laid out the basic premise of the story in Guild Wars 2 Janthir Wilds, including an introduction to Lowland Cotton who live in the Janthir Wilds. This week, and that makes me think that we're gonna get one of these ones every Wednesday from now on, we thought we'd take a closer look at the area you'll be exploring, plus another fussy denizen on the Janthir region, the Warclaw, which the Lowland Cotton call Journey Keen. So there seems to be some connection with the Warclaw that we usually use in Warclaw's World, and there's actually going to be some changes in Warclaw's World in further down the post. But also, they call it Journeykin, so there's some lore about this new Warclaw, which we didn't really get in the Sky Skills on Soto, which I think is a good thing, because like Sky Skills on Soto, they're kind of boring, like, oh, well, you get them, haha, but there's not like a lot of story behind it, right? There's a little bit of it, but not too much. I hope that the Journeykin have a bit more of an interesting thing on them, right? You can see a little Warclaw there that you're probably gonna grow in order to make it your big companion. Maybe. We'll see. Arriving at the Lowland Shore. So we can see here how this is the new map, the first new map. You can see it's very pretty, very big. Honestly, and you can see, is that the homestead? Well, maybe not, probably not. It's probably just another structure close to the homestead. Your first forays into Janthir Wilds will take place in the Lowland Shore map. We'll be able to explore and get to know the locals without the time or coordination pressure of a large-scale map meta event. And this is the biggest most important part of this place. It does not seem to have a large-scale map meta event. Does that mean that we're not going to get no content? We don't really know. They talk about here, and we're going to go through it there, a little bit of what's going to happen, but not too much. And that's what worries me about it. It could be something like, hey, Growthmore Valley, which was a very, very good map. It had a lot of things to do, mini meta events as well, and I really hope they take they take a little bit of inspiration from this map, from that map, into this one. Because yeah, I don't think metas are very important. I don't think they're the most important part on a map, and I think the exploration of a map is very important as well. But you also want something to do. Otherwise, are we gonna just explore this map once and then we're never gonna come back to it again? I really hope not. We designed this map to give everyone a change of pace from the epic scale of content you'll find in maps like Inner Nails and Guild Wars 2 Secrecy Obscure. Now, I think this may be a little bit of a response to Inner Nails, because Inner Nails was just 3 metas in one map. The entire map is just meta after meta after meta. You can't really explore anything. I think that's nice to get a little bit of a different thing, but you will have to have things to do here. If they don't talk about this here, people are gonna get scared. Instead, you'll be experiencing the lifestyle of the Lowland Cotton colony that calls it the area home. Try training with spears, with the locals, and racing with the local salmon as you enjoy the natural beauty of their area. I don't know why they say racing with the local salmon. Does that mean that we're gonna get skimmer races or some sort? I'm guessing that we're gonna get a lot of stuff like this, like, mount races and stuff, events. Training with spears sounds like maybe like a little tutorial. I don't know. I really think they should have gone bit further into this, because like it just looks like, well, I guess we don't have a meta, guys. I guess it's a feature, huh? But like, it could be a great thing, but I need to learn that if you guys don't tell me what it is, if you don't tell us what it is, especially the people that do not enjoy the game anymore, or they're a bit hesitant on buying the expansion, will not be happy, they'll be mad, and they're gonna be complaining, and they're not gonna buy the expansion, and it's gonna get negativity on this otherwise good post. So, probably for next time, think about that one, I think. Into the Janthir Syntri. As you push deeper into the wilds, you'll encounter more reminders of the region's dangerous reputation. Deep forests transition into sulphurous swamps that give way to volcanic terrain. Ruins left by the ravages of time and a bloodstone crater speak of the White Mantle occupation in the time of the original Guild Wars. Pretty cool, some White Mantle stuff in there, that's interesting. I wonder if we're gonna get some more lore with that. Maybe some conclusions of what the White Mantle were doing there. And what they're gonna, well, if there's some of them that are still alive, if they're preparing something, probably not, but who knows, right? The barrier between this world and the mists has grown thin in Janthir Syntri, resulting in the magical storms called mist tides that sweep the area. I wonder if that's gonna be the new rifts that we're gonna get on this expansion, as I doubt that those that system is gonna just disappear. And strange creatures known to scholars of Tyria's past as Titans have begun appearing in greater numbers. And you know, we do see that in the Guild Wars 2. Oh, we're just don't forget about that one, guys. Guild Wars 2, Janthir, Wilds. We do have a little bit of an idea of what these Titans will look like. This little big guy here, and I'm guessing we're gonna fight him in one of the metas for sure. But I'm guessing we're gonna get, you know, smaller versions of these guys as well. Yeah, we'll see. Now they're talking about the Warclaws in the wilds. While in Janthir, you'll have the opportunity to forge a bond with a Warclaw mount and train a new mastery line that grants you Warclaw new skills in PvE maps. The Warclaw is a highly mobile mount that can navigate with precision and agility over all kinds of terrain. And it also boasts some unique combat and exploration abilities. Now we're here in Warclaw's World to show a little bit of the Warclaw. As you can see, we have multiple abilities, and these are the abilities that we will have in Janthir Wilds, just upgraded instead. We have Chain Pull, the first one that we saw right there, deals damage and pulls enemies closer. In this game mode, now you would use it to attach it to one of the, for example, you know, from like a wall here, and we would pull it. You know, we would pull the wall and do damage to it with it. Now you do need supply for this one in inside of this game. In Warclaw's World, but in this case, I'm guessing you're just gonna, you know, just throw it, and then the enemy is gonna get closer. Battle Ball commands the Warclaw to leap forward and perform an area attack, stunning enemies in the center of the attack. This is Battle Ball, of course. You can see, boop, joining in, right? That's the attack, that's the animation, and I'm guessing that it's gonna work a little bit like the Raptor. On Guild Wars 2, that, you know, you jump, you have the little lap, you know, you do the little spin, and all the things that are out, you know, on that little range will pull on top of you, right? I think that's what's gonna happen, and it's gonna be a bit of both, you know, a bit of damage, and of course as well that little, you know, pull as well to the center. Sniff enhances nearby allies while detecting nearby enemies. With mastery training, Sniff also detects nearby treasure, which your Warclaw can help you dig up. Super fun. I'm guessing, well, we have Sniff right here. You can see it. We just do this, and they shows you a little thing in the minimap. That's probably the animation we're gonna get in here as well. And what's gonna happen is, well, we're gonna probably go around searching for different treasure, probably for certain collections. Maybe there's gonna be Warclaw farms where you do a little wrap around, and you're gonna have to, you know, and you're gonna sniff everything in order to get these treasures. Maybe it's gonna be part of making the legendary spear. Who knows? But honestly, it sounds like a very interesting gameplay loop. Honestly, I really think there could be something cool there. You know, a different way of playing the game, of making legendaries, of farming gold, which is something that mounts haven't really done until, you know, just, well, since the Sky Skull, I don't think. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with there. Lance throws a spear to deal damage and knock down an enemy. Well, look, it's just you have that already. Lance right there. You can just throw it and you'll pull it. You'll knock it down on PvE, right? Right now, it just does this. You know, you throw it, beep, you throw a little lance, and it does some damage. And if someone is in the Warclaw in Warclaw's World, it'll get them out of the Warclaw. In PvE, of course, there's gonna knock them down. And there's also Warclaw's Mastery Tiers. 9 lives. Take no damage while you mounted on your Warclaw. The base Warclaw already has decreases fall damage. Byline Reflexes. Extend your jump by hitting the spacebar again in midair. So right now, this is how the Warclaw jumps, like this. I'm guessing, we haven't seen it, but that the Warclaw is gonna go a bit more like further up. So it's gonna be more of a diagonal jump in PvE. So it's gonna be like, you know, it's gonna be like this maybe amount of, you know, of verticality, maybe a bit more. And of course it's gonna jump further. So it's gonna do a little bit of both, right? And you're gonna be able to do it in the middle of the air as well in order to get, you know, another leap. So I'm guessing it's gonna be like boop, boop, right? Like some of that, or maybe like boop, boop, right? Who knows? We're gonna have to check. Some people talking about the fact that, well, if the Warclaw is gonna jump twice and upwards in the air, will this invalidate the Springer? Maybe. It's kind of hard to tell because we don't know exactly how it works. But the Springer, you know, it doesn't really have a lot of usage right now. The only reason why people use it is in order to like jump from a ledge, you know, get out of it instantly, and then you go into your Griffin, so you can get a bit more height. I'll say it is indeed faster than the Sky Skull, but other than that, there really isn't any point. So now the Warclaw does the same amount of jump than the Warclaw than the Springer does, then we might actually have an issue. Now, we're definitely going to have to check. I really hope that they don't make the Springer jump less than the actual Warclaw, but I doubt. There's no way. There's no way that the Warclaw jumps as fast as this, guys. This is an insane amount. It's almost... I almost make it to the... I actually go further than that ledge there, that mountain. Like, there's no way that it will look so weird if this is how big the Warclaw jumps. I'm guessing it's gonna be something more like this, like the Raptor, but way bigger in terms of like height, and also you do it twice, right? I'm guessing it's gonna be something like that, and I doubt it's gonna be the same as the Springer. We'll definitely have to see. I think it's gonna be more like what the Sky Skull does, but you know, not in the air, right? Like this, like, you know, that amount of height, maybe. We'll definitely have to see, but well, yeah. I mean, we can't really know until then, but definitely an interesting prospect to looking forward to. Feral Fury increases damage while mounted on the Warclaw. The lance skill now stuns enemies and deals increased Defiance bar damage. So I guess you just do a bit more damage with the enemy, with the lance and every one of the abilities. And well rested, increases the endurance regeneration rate of all mounts. Oh, and I forgot about one more. I don't know why I skipped this one. Wild Claws. The Warclaw performs a hit on enemies when dodging through them. Hitting at least one foe gives you endurance at the end of the dodge. So, if I do this, if I do a little leap, and I'm crossing an enemy, my endurance is gonna go up. That means, and I'm wondering about this, if we're gonna be able to have Warclaw races where there's multiple enemies around, and you're gonna have to dodge through them to refill your endurance and be faster, and just permanently jump, dodge, and dodge, and dodge, and dodge. That sounds very fun, a very fun mechanic to use for races, to have a little bit of a different idea. I know, a different gameplay loop in terms of moving with your mounts. Having something, you know, right now, well, we have Roller Beetle that is hard to maneuver. We have the, you know, the Raptor that just goes straight, and I guess we have the Griffin that, you know, you have to, you have to control the elevation. And Sky Skull that is just slow, right? So who knows? Maybe with this we're gonna have another one, right? We're gonna be looking out for enemies that we can use to dodge through and get a bit faster. That's actually pretty cool. So well, hopefully that's the case. You know, hopefully they thought about that and they implement that as well. War vs. World changes. When designing the Warclaw mount for PvE, we saw some opportunities to improve how the Warclaw works in War vs. World. This refresh of the Warclaw experience comes from our evolving understanding of our mount system since we implemented mounts. Whether you're taking over or defending your territory, the Warclaw will continue to be your steadfast companion with these updated skills. Chain Pull. So this is the one we talked about before, the one that actually you use, Chain Pull here, to damage... we can actually go here and check it out. To damage certain structures. For example, this gate, I could use Chain Pull on it, and I'll start pulling the chain and actually do damage to the reinforced gate. Can I please do this? There we go. I have it right now, and I will have to, you know... Well, now I'm getting killed by the South Scout, but I would be able to pull over and over again in order to actually destroy that reinforced gate. And now, add a new effect, Weaken Frame, which amplifies damage inflicted on the gates and walls. This will stack with Structural Vulnerability. So Structural Vulnerability is that what you would do to the gate in case that you're damaging it with certain type of siege. Now we're gonna get another Weaken Frame that will stack and get another one. This will stack and with Structural Vulnerability. So I guess you would use both of them, right? Now, I'm not sure if that means that Structural Vulnerability, you know, like if I use Weaken Frame, you'll get, you know, more stacks of Structural Vulnerability, or we're gonna get Weaken Frame and Structural Vulnerability. It seems to me that it's gonna be Weaken Frame and Structural Vulnerability, making it so you want to do both, right? Maybe we're gonna have in every time one at least person that is in a Warclaw attacking people, and of course also someone with Siege doing this Structural Vulnerability as well. Sniff. In addition to its abilities, it will also highlight damaged gates and walls for both allies and enemy structures when you're ranged. Pretty cool. And Lance increased to 2 charges. So I'm guessing that's because they don't want people to use the mount. I mean, they want to use the mount as well, but they don't want them to, like, you know, someone misses with the lance and you were chasing someone and they just escape. You have another shot at attacking them. Because it is kind of frustrating that, you know, if you have the Warclaw, it's a bit hard to chase people around and trying to kill them in Warver's World, which is kind of the point of Warver's World, to attack and to fight each other. So yeah, there you go. Then they talk about pre-purchasing the expansion, which you can with, well, Snef's code, because I don't have partner, unlucky. But there you go, that is the entire thing. I'm very interested to see. I mean, honestly, everything seems pretty okay. The only thing that I wish they would have talked a bit more about Janthir Syntri, about the meta that is going to be there, because they talk about like how Lowland Shore does not have a meta. Well, are we getting a meta somewhere else? Are we getting something else of that instead of that? It's a bit of a missed opportunity, and I think some people are gonna not be happy about that one. So we'll definitely have to see what happens with that. But thank you very much for watching, guys. See you guys around. Tell me what you guys think about this, and subscribe to the channel. Go to my Twitch to watch me live, and see you guys around. Love you all. Bye bye.